There are a whole bunch of areas that we're looking forward to in Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2, and one of the coolest areas has got to be Gold Saucer. So let's talk about it. Please be aware of spoilers if you haven't played the original Final Fantasy VII, and I will also be referencing some things from episode Intermission, aka Yuffie's episode, so please be aware. Let's get odd. Let's talk story first. The first time we enter Gold Saucer, there are only two real big story points. The first is meeting Cait Sith, and the second is a sequence of events that leads down into Corel Prison and Barrett's backstory. Later in the game, we circle back to Gold Saucer to obtain the keystone from Dio, and when we try to leave, we are told that the tram is out of order, so we end up staying at the Ghost Hotel. Much like the campfire scene over at Cosmo Canyon, the Ghost Hotel sequence is cool because we get a chance to see everyone together. And it's even cooler if you have both Yuffie and Vincent in your party as well. So if you've played through the original, you know that you get to go on a date at the Gold Saucer, depending on a few choices that you make throughout the game. You could end up going on a date with either Aerith, Tifa, Yuffie, or Barrett. It was such a popular mechanic in the first game, and they also included similar mechanics in Part 1 of the remake, that I imagine that they will include some form of it in Remake Part 2. I wouldn't be surprised if the event square of Part 2 possibly included some sort of sing and dance number, considering the performance that they incorporated over at the Honeybee Inn in Part 1. There's also the gondola over at the Round Square, where the developers really took the opportunity to show off the exterior sights of the Gold Saucer. After the gondola ride, Cait Sith steals the keystone and hands it over to Tseng. Cait Sith reveals that he was a spy hired by the Shinra, and he's actually taken Marlene as a hostage to coerce Cloud and the crew to allow him to stay in the group. Cait Sith, for me, is by far the worst character in the game. Just a bizarre character, but that's for a different video. There are a bunch of minigames that you can play at Gold Saucer. Some of them are more involved than others, some are very simple, but I'm really looking forward to what kind of minigames that they will implement in Remake Part 2. The Battle Square is similar to the Coliseum in Remake Part 1, so maybe they will include something similar or change it completely for Part 2. The Speed Square is a lengthy shooting minigame, and there are also short, simple games such as Super Dunk or Arm Wrestling. There's also Chocobo Racing, and we're still not sure if they will include Chocobo breeding in Part 2. I have a feeling the developers will just go all out for Gold Saucer. I really hope so. It could be a real treat for the fans. My favorite parts of this game are the small moments where the characters are just kind of hanging out. I loved hanging out in Sectors 7 and 5. For example, the dart throwing minigame. There's no real reason to include that in the game. It doesn't advance the plot at all, but I love that it's in there. I love that you can throw darts as Cloud. I love that you can read the scoreboard and see that the others have played the game. It's a small detail that's just kind of comforting to me. At the end of episode Intermission, there's a cutscene of the crew walking towards Calm. And it's a simple scene, but just seeing them walking and talking to each other is a really gratifying feeling to me. It's small moments like these that add a lot to the game in terms of character building and world building. Gold Saucer is kind of like one huge distraction, or it could be treated like one huge area of side quests, and I'm all for it. It will be such an interesting juxtaposition to see them leaving the heavily industrial city of Midgar and then eventually entering this huge casino and resort area. Gold Saucer is a huge opportunity for the developers to really go all out in terms of designing and building up the area, and create moments that will help build the relationships between the characters, and just let the characters have a bit of fun before the heavy plot kicks in and things have to get serious again. What areas are you looking forward to most in Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2? I mentioned this in a previous video, but I was really excited to see references to Calm in the end cutscene of episode Intermission, and you could even see the town in the distance. I hope that that won't be the last that we see of Calm. Thanks so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and consider subscribing if you like this video and you want to see more content on Final Fantasy VII, Remake, Intergrade, and beyond. And we recently passed 300 subscribers on here, so I'm very grateful for that. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching and liking my content, and I really hope that I can keep making content for you all to see and enjoy. Stay odd and keep on playing.